Hey guys, my name is Alinafe Mtitimila and I will be taking you the next phase of Microsoft Word. So today we are going to finish the part of Microsoft Word. So we're going to take a look at breaks, going to take a look at columns, headers, footers, pages, images, shapes, aligning, ordering objects, spell checking, track changes, inspecting, smart graphics, and mail image. So it's going to be an amazing video where we learn all these features in Microsoft Word. So I have just included a sample cover letter. So we are going to manipulate this cover letter to learn a few things and that using Microsoft Word. So the first thing we are going to learn is breaks. What are breaks? So breaks, they give you some features. You can go to another page, or you can truncate your paragraphs and go to another column, and so and that. So in order to get in touch with the breaks, you have to go to the Insert tab and place the cursor where you want to put the break, and you can just place page break here. So once you do that, this break will take you to another page, and that's where you are going to start writing your documents and whatnot. So in order also to access other features of breaks and get in touch with different breaks, you have to go to layout, and where in the layout you find that there is also another option for breaks. If you click the drop down arrow, you understand that there are different breaks that are available in Microsoft Word. So you see that there are page breaks and there are section breaks. So on section breaks, we'll take a look at that later on. But what it's trying to say is you start another section in your document that you're working with. On a page break, you start another page. So you understand that there are column breaks, there are text wrapping breaks, and there is also section breaks and whatnot. So if I press on page break, it's going to do exact same thing. So it's going to take it's going to truncate the paragraph and go to another line. And if you want to see the breaks that you have made, you just go to the home tab and place here. So this one is a bookmark that shows where the page breaks are. So you can see that it's able to get in touch of the breaks that are available in your on your document. So if you go here on top of this document, let me just zoom in, you understand that it's showing us that this is where we have inserted our break on this line. So that's how you can get access to the break as well. So let us go to column breaks. I'll just click Ctrl Z in order to put the things back in order. So in order to go to column breaks, let me just zoom out. What you need to do is to change the layout of your document to be a column. So to do that, you highlight the whole passage. So let me just highlight the whole passage here and go to layout and place on column. So right now we have only one column, the default one. So I will just press two columns. So you can see that the page has actually truncated to two columns, but maybe we don't want to break at the end of the document like here. We want to break it maybe on profitability. So what we'll do, we'll put our cursor on this section and go to breaks and just click on column break. And once you do that, you can see that it has truncated to this area. So to clean that up, you just press delete in order to clear that space, and your page is like a column, just like this one. So that's how you can create these legs as you are working with your document. So let us take a look on another feature, headers and footers. So headers are just features that you can put in place in order to put page numbers, dates and footnotes, or to give the title of the page. So that is an interesting feature. It's undermined feature in Microsoft Word, but if you want to make your pages very cool and presentable, you need to put headers and footers. You can put page numbers in them. But if you want to put the headers, what you need to do is to go to this space, the top line space, and double click it. And in so doing, you are going to get access to the Word, to the header section that you want to put your section. So we have different options that our header is optioning us to put inside that section. So you can put in the date. You place the date function. You're going to be prompted out with a window where you put the date. So you just select one of the dates. So it's not showing right now on my screen, but it's as easier as pressing OK. So you can actually also put a picture. So if you press document info, you can actually, you have a drop down information and you can have the author name, and you can see that it has prompted me with my name. So if you place anywhere outside the header, you can see, you can actually put the author name on your document. So this author name is going to appear on each and every page, so you don't have to edit every page and put the header. So the good part about headers, they appear each and every page that you want, that you're working with. So if I double click on the header section as well, I can actually access this, or I can delete. So you highlight it and delete it, or I can put quick paths. So quick paths are just auto text that you can put in that will appear on the search document. So we are not going to do that in this case, but you can put in addresses that you are working with on quick paths. So these things will appear on each and every page, or comments on whatever that you want to actually appear. I think you can appreciate this on different Bibles. You have quick paths, references and whatsoever at the footnotes or the headers, but in this case we are not going to put that. And also you can put pictures on your document. So let us just put this picture, and we can actually double click and go to crop. Let me just crop this picture like so, and double click outside the document. So this picture is going to appear on each and every document. So let us actually see and go to insert page break. You can see that this picture is appearing on each and every document that we are working with. So if you want to customize your documents and making them to look in a stylish manner, you can do so in Microsoft Word. So in order to remove this, let me just click Control Z in order to undo the changes. And that's it in headers and footers. So on footers, you can also double click and do the same thing. So on this section, you see that there are two different sections, so you can put or these footers on this section. And take a look on this footer. You see that we are working with section 1. So section 1, it means our page, we're working with section 1. And I believe most of us, we only choose section 1 because it's the default, and we don't section our pages. But it's a good thing you section them in order to work with different sections. I think most of us have problems coming up with a numbering system because we are working in the first section, and Microsoft Word is having tough time to recognize our numbering systems because we are still working in the same section. So in order to work with a different section, what you need to do is to go at the end of the page that you are working with, and go to layout and go to breaks and go to section breaks and place next page. And you see that this time around we are working with section number 2. In order to see that, let us go to headers and click section. So my page, it has jumped from section 2 to 3. I don't know why. I think it's recognizing something else. But you can see that we are having section 1. We're supposed to have section number 2, but that's going to section number 3. And so yeah, we are working in section number 3 right now. I don't know why it's not showing section number 2. But however, these are different sections, so you can start your numbering again from 1 up to the number that you want. So that's how good is Microsoft Word as well. So if I double click outside the document, and I can be prompted to proceed with my editing. So let us go to page numbers. So page numbers are essential when you're working with huge documents, because you want people to reference to the page that they are leading or lighting your documents. So you want people to reference to those areas. So you need page numbers. In order to have page numbers, go to layout, and not layout, but go to insert, and you go to headers and footers. So you go to page numbers. So you can choose where you want to place your page. Is it top of the page, bottom of the page, or page margins, or current position? So current position is going to take the current position of the header that you're working with, but I will just put at the bottom of the page and at the bottom right corner. You can just slide. Okay, let us take this one. Just click on that one. You can see that we are working on the first page. But however, most of the documents, if you're working with maybe an academic lighting, what you want to do is to make sure that the first page is not numbered, because it doesn't look professional. So in order to do that, you have to click this button that says different first page. So in so doing, you will actually remove that page, that page number on the first page, and you make sure that it will start on counting on the second page. So let me just double click here and insert a page break. So let us go to page break. You can see at the bottom it's starting at page number 2. So that's a cool feature that you're going to put in place in order to make sure that your first page is not numbered. So let us go to images and text lapping. So let me just remove this one and highlight this document and make sure that we're working with a single column going back to our section. So let me just insert a picture in order to actually work with pictures in our documents. So let me just put this one as well. So you can see that this picture has taken space of our document, but however, we want to resize this picture. In order to do so, you can actually resize using these corners. So if you do this, you can see that it is resizing, but it's not using the aspect ratio. But however, you can actually use the corners. And so once you place the corner here, press shift in order to work with the same aspect ratio. Otherwise, if you leave shift, it's going to... Okay, if you want to resize this picture with the same aspect ratio, you need to use the corners and it will resize with the same aspect ratio. Otherwise, if you go here on the side on the side areas, you are going to see that the pictures are just resizing but not in the same aspect ratio as they are supposed to be. So if you want to actually crop the image, you can go use here on size and place crop. You can crop the image And once you are done, you can press enter and you will crop the image. But however, you are seeing that our document is looking like a mess and it's not looking professional. So there are two options that are available that you can use. The first option is positioning. So on positioning, it's where you are going to position your document. You are seeing that our document is positioned in line. So it means it's treating the picture as a text. So it's appearing in line between the words. But however, you can use text lapping. So you can position with text lapping. So on text lapping, you have different options. Like this one, you can see that if you check these options, you can see that the document Microsoft Word is leaving out the picture, and the picture is floating to the left and continuing writing our paragraph on the right side of the document. So we'll position our picture with text lapping in order to make our images presentable. So what I would do, I will just place our documents at the right side corner, or you can choose at the middle left or at the bottom left and whatsoever, but I'll choose it here because it looks professional. So once you click here, the document will the picture will float to the right. But however, maybe you want to add some other floating functionalities, you go to the picture format and choose wrap text. So if you want to go to the functions of the picture, you see that once I click out of the picture, the functions go out. But if you want to go back, you just go to the picture and double click and you'll be taken back to the functions of the picture. And you can click on wrap text. So you change functions whereby the text will wrap the picture as well. So you can see that it does choose in square, but you can choose other functions as well. So how the text will be treating the object as well. So you can edit the wrap points and what not. So let us just leave it like this. So that's how you can do text wrapping and edit images. So on the images, you can change you can adjust the look of the image. So you can do collections on this side, change the brightness, and see how you can soften the image and whatnot. You can also change the color of the image, making them look cool, I guess, or black and white and whatnot. And also you can be more artistic and decorate the images. Also, there's also another feature. If you are sending this document maybe as an email, you can compress the image. So you can make sure that the image is compressed to actually check the size of the document that you're working. So in order to reduce the size that you're working with, I think this is not important right now, because maybe some of us were just working with a single document, but others that are working with massive documents, this can come in handy, that you can compress your images as well. And yeah, so these are just other features that you add. And the picture styles, you can frame the pictures to look amazing as well. I have loved this one. So you can change the pictures to look amazing as well. So that's how you can format the pictures and add borders. So you can add the border colors. Let me just put this one. I think this one is cool. Or the picture effect. They can look 3D like, and yeah, and whatsoever you like. You can put the picture layout. So the picture layout is just how you want your picture to be appealing. So you can choose the objects and put the pictures, but this is not necessary right now, because you need to work with different objects that actually have in need of such functionalities right now. But for now, it's not that important in this section as well. So let us go to shapes. So shapes are very important, and Shapes actually give life to your documents that you're working with. So let me just enter the new line, and I'll go to insert and light shapes. So you can put shapes, for example, like rectangle. So once I do that, I can click a rectangle here and put the shapes there. So you can see that the shapes is on top of the text. In order to check that, you can do text lapping and making sure that the text, the shape do not overflow the text that I'm working with. So in such doing, you can actually make space for the shapes as well, and you can adjust them by clicking and dragging and dropping the shapes. So you can add different shapes. For example, you can go to shapes and light a star. In order to draw this star with a same aspect ratio, you can actually press shift and click and drag, and it will draw the star as well. To change the color of the star, you can actually change by using this shape styles and click the drop down here in order to access other features. And I like this one, and here as well you can just place the green one and so forth. So you can do that by lighting the shapes, but however, you can also light inside the shapes. So how can you do that? By double clicking the shapes and start lighting. So you can just light maybe IdealabMw. So you can adjust the font size by going to by highlighting them and go to home tab and highlight the font and whatnot. So in here as well, you can actually say something, maybe star, and use this pop-up window. So it's the same as from the home tab, and highlight it as well. So yeah, that's how you can you can work with shapes. So there are other functionalities, for example, like text alignment, text direction, create link. So the text that you're working with, and we have already talked about text lapping. Others are shape fill, so you can change the color of the shape or the outline of the shape. So you can change the outline as well, and also you can change the shape as well. So you can create shadows and whatnot. So you can see there's a shadow here at the bottom of the shape that you're working with. So next up, let us talk about text boxes. So text boxes, how can we light text boxes? So let me just go here and create space. So a text box is something that we actually it's a box that we want to light our text. So it's a simple start. So in order to light our text box, we go to insert tab and go to where there's text section and choose text box. So there's a drop down here. So the drop down arrow here shows different pre-configured formats of our text boxes. But in order to light your own text box, you just click here and start drawing. So you just click your left mouse, just click here. Okay, we just choose simple text box. Just choose simple text box, and you can see that it's automatically wrapping our text. So that is very interesting. You can also change that feature in this section, the pop-up window here. You can change how it's going to wrap your text. So you can go to the center alignment. You can go to tight, I think, through. So let us go to tight. I think that's actually interesting. So you can see that how the text box are used in Microsoft Word. There's a text: grab your reader's attention with a great quote from the document, or use this space to emphasize key points to place this text box in. So we just leave that text there. By default, it will come with a stroke. So you can change the stroke by changing the outline, and you can also change the fill. Right now it doesn't have any fill, but you can change the fill from this section as well. So that's how you can place in the text box. However, if you want to place in different text box that are available, you can go to the insert tab and insert pre-configured text boxes. So these are pre-configured text boxes that are available. You can actually place them right here, or change the size by going this section as well. You can see the text is very huge, so highlight that text and reduce the font right here. So yeah, you can reduce the font and whatnot. So that's how you can put in text boxes in your document as well. So next up, we are going to go into aligning and ordering objects. So this is a simple feature. I will not take much of the time explaining this feature, because once you click an object, go to the shape format, you can see this arranging section. On this arranging section, you can actually bring forward the document. So you don't do anything here. If we bring forward the document, it's just going to go at the front of the document. But we're going to actually appreciate this function when multiple objects have overlapped each other like this. So you know, if you want to bring the ideal object at the front, so you click that object and you bring it forward. So it's at the back, so once you bring it forward, you can see that it's at the front of the star object. So if you want to align this object, you highlight all the objects that you want to work with. So let us click these objects. So in order to click multiple objects, you just press Shift and start clicking the objects, and you go to align. Then you can align them at the left or center, or at the right. So I can align them at the right or the center, or if I want to distribute the objects, if I want to distribute the objects, I can press here distribute, but they cannot distribute because they have already been aligned, and we are working with simple objects as well. So once you do this, it's not doing much, because these objects are already aligned and they are in text lapping format. They cannot do much of the work right now. So if you're working with different objects, try that feature out, and you are going to have you're going to be good to go. Next, we are going to see to learn about tables in Microsoft Word. So in order to do that, I'll want to place a table for my contents. To do that, you go to the Insert tab and place Tables. So you can see that it's prompting with a pop-up window where I can select, I can draw my table. In order to do that, you actually select columns and rows that you want. So for example, if I want a 4x3 table, I'll just place this one. And once you press that the contents that you want, the number of tables, the number of rows and columns that you want, and click, it's going to insert it automatically. So you can actually increase the size of the table by using the this bottom right corner. So you can actually increase and decrease the size of the table that you're working with. So this section, you can put the titles and start lighting. So if you want to go to another section, just press tab and titles, name, price, and date. Once you do that, Microsoft Word is going to show this as a title bar of the section. But however, we also have different styles for our tables. So these are pre-configured, and I encourage you to use these ones in order to style your tables to look amazing. So you can check out the different styles that are available, and they will not change the contents of the table that you're working with, but you can choose the title that you want right here. I like this one, so you can put a title maybe of a movie. We can say Wakanda Forever, and name maybe Black Panther, not Black Panther, but Black Panther. And price maybe we have $50 or maybe $20 to watch that movie. So you can put in the date that you have watched that movie, maybe 20th December. So let's enter in order to autocomplete, but that's how you are going to light your table and the contents that you're working with in Microsoft Word. So you can put maybe here another content. Maybe we have Black Adam, a name, maybe we just put the lock, and here we can just put maybe $20 as well. And when did you watch that movie? Maybe 29th of November. Let's enter autocomplete and continue to do so to complete the contents in your tables that you're working with. So in order to add the elements, to add the next rows, you just highlight this section, just get closer to the last line of the row that you're working with, and you see a plus sign, just click and you add another row to place in the contents that you're working with. If you are doing maybe data analytics, it's very important to put charts in your document. So in order to do so, there are many ways to put charts. You can just drag and drop the charts from Microsoft Excel to this page, but Microsoft Word has also that feature in here. So you go to Insert and you can place on charts. So you can choose the charts that you want to work with. So you have pies and you have areas, section, and whatnot. So like this one, if I place this one, it's going to load and place in the chart. So this is a 3D chart in this section, but however, you are seeing that there's a pop-up window that it's actually prompting me to put in the Excel document, the Excel format. It looks the same as Excel file. So if you have Excel files that you want to display, you can just copy and paste them here, and it automatically draw in those charts. And if you want to edit the chart, you can do so here by double clicking and putting here maybe, let me say, chapter 1, and you see that it's automatically updating on my chart that I'm working with. And you can change in the date here. So if you want to edit this in Microsoft Excel, you can place here and it's going to take you to Microsoft Excel. So right here you can edit. Once you click save, it's going to update it automatically. So you can see here, I can just put in 60 and it's updating automatically. How cool is that? And put here maybe 80, just like that. It's updating automatically. So if you are working with this document, and you can update it automatically in Microsoft Excel. In order to add another features, you can put axis here, you can put data labels, you can put data tables. So it depends on the things that you want to display on your object, on your chart that you're working with. So you can add, you can place a center overlaid and whatnot. You can change also the title of the chart that you are working with. So yeah, that's how you can work with different charts in Microsoft Word. So let us go to spell checking. On spell checking, it's just proofreading the document in order to make sure that you haven't made any errors in terms of grammar. So let me just write here, maybe instead of make, just like make it, and contribution, let's contribution and whatnot. So if I want to collect that thing, that misspelled word, there are two ways to do so. So the first one, I can just get closer to here and right click, and you can see at the top there are options for me to collect the spelling and so forth. But this is not good. It's not effective when you're working with huge documents. What you need to do is to go to Review tab and you go to Proofing. You go to Spelling and Grammar. At the right side, you see a window popping out called Spelling. Under that window, you will see you can access every word that is misspelled in this document. So the first one, you can see contribution, and it's actually prompting me with a light word here. So I can just select that and click change. And there is another word called make it, and it's prompting me with make. I can just click here, make, and change, and it's saying my proofing is done, spelling and grammar check is complete. I press OK and I am good to go. Some other times it can see your words. If your names that you're working with are not in English, it's going to see them as an error. What you need to do is just press ignore them, and Microsoft is going to ignore them, and you can continue working with your documents. Now, if you are in a collaborative environment and maybe you want to you have shared your work to others, or someone has shared that work to you, but you want to make sure that the changes that you are making are tracked. So what you need to do is to make sure that you are tracking those changes, so that the next time your friend is also reviewing that document, is seeing where you have changed the document. So in order to do so, you click here on track changes. So we are in the review section. You click here on track changes. So once you do that, let us say here we want to change from personal to individual interview. So what I'll do, I'll just highlight this word. I don't want to use this word, I want to use individual. So I'll light this word and start lighting individual. Have you seen what happened? Microsoft Word has actually tracked my change. So it's showing me that I have actually put individual here, but it is saying Alinafe Mtitimila, which is me actually, a few seconds ago has deleted the word person. What has he edited into? Individual here. So I can change from you, thank you, from, let me say thank you. I can just say, maybe I want to add some things, thank you so much. And if I go here, it's going to be the same thing. So maybe A is prompting me that A is not right for this section. I can just change to and you can see that it's changing as well. So you can see that it's actually tracking these changes that I've made so far. So these changes, they can be either rejected or accepted. So in order to accept this change, I'll go to the word that I'm working with, and I'll go to here and I'll say accept the changes. Also in this case, I also say accept the changes as well, and I can say accept every change that is there. And you can see that it's also showing me that this place, Alinafe Mtitimila, has changed these letters as well. So in such case, I'll actually delete this section. So in order to remove this section, what I would do is I'll go to track changes and actually remove that, and I can just say accept and stop tracking, and everything is gone. So let me say that you want to put a comment on a certain issue. You are not editing, but you want to put a comment that your friend should do. There's also a feature here where you say comment. Let me go to review. You just say comment. So what you need to do is to highlight a place where you want to leave a comment, place there and comment. You can just say edit here, and put interviews instead of interview. So your friends are going to reply to this comment. Maybe let me say done. If this thing is resolved, they will click on resolve, and you're going to see that it has fed the comments. So you can place in order to see what's in there and whatsoever. So in order to remove the comments, maybe you are done, you can just say delete comment. So you can delete all comments in the document and you're done. So another thing is on smart art graphics. So smart art graphics also brings life to the document, the same as charts. So in order to do so, you can just put in here as a smart art graphic. So we can just go to insert and put smart art. Let me just go to process and put in process on something. Okay, let me just go to here on this graph. You just place in smart art graphics. So in order to do so, you just click anywhere you want. So if you click here, you can change the word. Maybe here you can say CEO if you want to put company hierarchy, and in here you are going to place maybe director. Okay, director. In here you can have financial manager. In here you can have, I want to show you something. In here you can have maybe production. Okay, not production, but maybe marketing manager. Marketing manager. And in here, let's say we want to have another director of operations. So here we have operations manager. So here we just say director of finance. So you can also change you can also put in pictures here. So you can put pictures, for example, let me just put this one, and put pictures, for example. I don't think mine can work. So you can put in pictures that you want actually. So once you do that, I want you to take a look at this left side. So you see there is a certain hierarchy that is actually showing here. So you can see that the first one, we are having a CEO. So if you place tab here, what you're trying to do is you are demoting this position, and it's going to be under CEO. So if you also place tab in this area, you are demoting this place. They are actually going to be under director of finance, the same as here. So if you want to create maybe another director, you just go and go here, create, you're seeing it's updating automatically, but maybe I want to create another director. Okay, for example, let us create another manager for the maybe for the director of operations, maybe production manager. So if we go here, maybe we want also to have a director. So I'll just press another, I will just press enter and click shift tab. You are seeing that it's also prompting me to write another highlight from the CEO. So I can just say director, maybe administrator, chief administrator, admin, and maybe under chief administrator the some other people. So if you press tab, you are going to demote that section. Maybe we have a system admin, maybe there's also another one, maybe network admin, and so forth. So maybe you want to add another people working under network admin. You just press enter and click tab, and you can have maybe what, ICT director, maybe there's also another one, maybe software developer. There are lots of things that you can do with this. So yes, you can add pictures and whatnot. So as well as if you click on this smart, you see the smart design, you can change the colors of this design that you're working with. So you can have cool colors and whatsoever, or you can also change the effect of these designs. For example, there's a 3D design here that you can actually use. I think it looks very cool, but according to your liking, you can actually change them. So that's how you can work with smart graphics as well. So lastly, let us go to inspecting and protecting your documents. So some of the times you are working with your document, you are working in your document, but maybe you have put sensitive information that you want to take out, but you can do that on your own. You can check that on your own. You need automation which is available in Microsoft Word. In order to do so, you go to File, go to Page Info, and you can inspect if there are issues. So you press Inspect Your Document. It will prompt you to save your documents and whatnot. Just I'm not going to save that document, and I'll actually check the things that I want to inspect. So you see that there are comments and revisions that you want to inspect. So do this every time you want to save your documents. So if I press click inspect, it's going to inspect, and you are seeing that there are some other issues that are here. I can just say remove them all, go to more information, so I can check on the things that are embedded in the documents. And once I'm done inspecting, we have headers and footers. I can just remove them and click close here. So that's how you can inspect your document and remove sensitive information. So if you want also to prevent your document from being edited, you can use this feature on protect your document. You see, some other times your document, people, they can re-edit your document, but you don't want that. You can actually put in some other restrictions. So you can just say always open read only document. So you can make sure that nobody make any changes. You can also put a password. You can restrict editing, making sure that anyone who is working your document cannot have access to edit your document. You can also have restrict access, so you can make sure that only people you want, they can have access as well. You can add a digital signature to your document, making sure that your document is known by it has good rights that you only hold. You can also mark this document as final. So if you mark this document as final, it means you are done working with that document. in Microsoft Word will be able to detect that as well. So you can choose that in your own liking. So lastly, we were going to do mail merge. So mail merge, maybe I'm done working with this document, I want to send it to other individuals. So let me just put this image below here. So in order to do mail merge, I'll go to mailings and I'll select mail merge. So I'll go to this drop down window and I'll select the function that I want to use. So you see mail merge, you can send in letters and emails and envelopes and what labels, directories, and even the Word document. So but however, what is actually mail merge? So mail merge helps you to send multiple emails or letters to different people without even without even customizing that letter or email to suit each and every individual. So I'll let you know what it means. So in order to, if you are a beginner to mail merge, you can just write step-by-step mail merge wizard. So this one is going to help you to write these mails. So if you do so, you can see at the right side there is a pop-up window, and this pop-up window, it shows you that you want to write what type of document that you want to type to use mail merge for. So you can see we have letters, emails, envelopes, and labels as well. So we are working with letters. So I'll choose letters and click next here. And also I'll choose the document that I want to work with. So this document is the one that I am working with right now. So I'll use the current document and press enter. So let me just, there are some other recipients that I want to use. So the recipients are existing list that is available, or I want to type a new list here. So I want to type maybe a new list. If I create, so I will create, I'll press create and I'll type a new list. So I can just say Miss here and press tab or Miss Melee. Okay, Miss Melee. Melee John. Company maybe IdealabMw. Address line PO Box 456 or PO Box, sorry, 456. We don't need to put another address line. City Blantyre. In the state maybe Southern Region, and the zip code maybe we can just put 00, and country Malawi. Phone number you can just write 0555, just write anything. You can just the phone that you're working with. Home number, the same thing, and the email address you can just say Melly. Okay, Melly John at gmail.com, and you are done. So this is a manual way of putting in the details that you're working with, but there's another way to do so by putting in the Excel files, but right now I don't have the Excel file. If you want to learn about the use of Excel file, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll create a short video of doing so as well. But I believe most of the times you have fewer people to write the documents to. So you can just put it manually here. It's the same as the way you are going to put it in Excel file. So just like the same way, let's tab here. We can just like John Doe, Idealab as well, and PO Box, and This one stays in Lilongwe, Central Region, and Malawi, and the numbers as well, the phone numbers. Also we have John Dowie at gmail.com, and you're done. So once you are done, press OK, and it will prompt you to save the information, the mail database, and let me just say test and click save, and it will show you that this is the information that you have saved. You can see the information is right here. So these are the people that we will share our documents to. So once you have done that, let me just delete this DS madam, because we're going to customize that one. So I'll just create next, light your letter. So you can see that it has chosen the recipient from the trust. Now I will start lighting my letter. So in order to do this, you can see that there is nothing here at the top, but I want to put my address block. If I press address block, you see that there is information here that is prompting me for the address block. So you can see that there is a window to preview my address block, and if I press OK here, you see there is an address block, and okay, once I click address block, it will put address block here, but we'll review that later on. And I can also put a greeting line. So a greeting line, it's going to actually show a preview here, dear Miss John, and we're also going to place a greeting line right here. So however, we want to preview our letters. So if I place here preview, you see that it has customized the look of our letters. So you can see a Miss Mary John, IdealabMw, PO Box, and Southern Region. We also have another recipient. So if you want to see another recipient, go to the right side here and click this next symbol, and you can see here that there is also Mr. John Dowie at Idealab with different details as well. So you can create lots of stuff here with MailMage, and make sure you actually experience with MailMage. There's a lot of advanced features with MailMage as well, whereby maybe you can light different cover letters to different companies and send them automatically as well to those different companies as well. So you can do that. If you have completed your MailMage, you can just say complete, and it will actually prompt you to print the documents. If you have a printer, you can just print all of the documents or current record, or from which section to which section. So if you are working with those documents, you can print the documents, all of them, and they are going to be printed on a separate page as well. So and click save. You can just click anything you want. So you see that they have been printed as well. So that's how MailMage is all about. Make sure you actually play around with MailMage a little bit, and you can actually see some cool features where you can customize each and every letter or email to be sent to your colleagues as well, or your companies that you are trying to apply to. And MailMage actually also incorporates with Microsoft Outlook to send multiple emails. So right now Gmail and Google Docs also have that feature, but it's limited. I think it's 70 letters. I think it's 7 or 10 letter 10 letter emails that you can send automatically. But with Microsoft Word, you can send thousands or millions of these letters at once. So anyway, that's all I had for you this morning. And next time we are going to learn about introduction to Microsoft PowerPoint. So we'll have two phases in them. But however, I know that it's going to be very enjoyable and very interesting as well. So till next time, bye bye.